Hello, this is Dennis Wing with your Friday Rhythm Games. In previous episodes, we've talked about metric modulations where the starting tempos were all different from each other. Today's episode is going to be focused on where the tempo is the same for all three. We're only going to do three today. We'll do a part two next time where the three is the second part of the ratio, but today we're doing where the three is the first part of the ratio, like 3-to-1, 3-to-2, or 3-to-4 metric modulations at the same tempo as each other, right? And I've chosen 120. And the reason we did each of those at varying tempos is because, like, generally the higher the ratio, like 3-to-1 is, like 3/1 equals 3, so it's 3 times as fast that you're playing. So naturally, like, faster tempos don't serve that one as well. Like, certainly slower tempos are going to be more favorable for a 3-to-1. Similarly, when you get to 3-to-4, you're playing slower than the original tempo. So super slow tempos, you wouldn't necessarily, it'd be hard to do it over slow tempos. So there are ranges that are more favorable for each modulation. But I tried to pick 120 because you can do all three over that. And so I'm going to do 3-to-1 first. Now we're going to choose a simple A chord for the non-metric modulated progression. So I'm just going to go, and then to show where the metric modulation chords are, I'm going to use E and D, the 5 and 4 chords of that key. So for 3-to-1, it's triplet based, and the triplets are grouped in 4s. So tucky-da, 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 and then you group them as tucky-dimmy, tucky-dimmy, tucky-dimmy. 1, 2, 3, 1. Because I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Tucky-da, 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 tucky-da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that's 3 bars over 1, and it might sound like this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a modest start, I would think, but sometimes I shouldn't say sometimes, I should say all the time, you want the thing that's the new tempo to feel like a new tempo. And even though you, the musician, are keeping track of the original tempo, which I have clicking here for your reference, you want to give the listener the impression that a new thing is happening, not something being superimposed over the old thing, if that makes any sense. You want the new thing to be a thing unto itself that the listener can grab onto and lose track of the old one, even though you don't as a musician. So instead of just going, there's 2 things I'm going to do to that to make it more musical. Instead of just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to go 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, like, because it's just a little more, makes it more like a part. I could go even deeper than that and have, like, it's a loaded subject, but I could have each bar be a slightly different pattern, like da digga digga da da dig, like stuff like that. And then I'm dealing with pairs, and that leads me to my next thing, which is I'm not just going to do it over 1 bar. I'm going to do it over 2 bars. So because I'm going to do the modulation over 2 bars, I'm also going to do the non-modulated A chord over 2 bars, and it'll sound like this. So. So it sounds like a part, like a thing now. It sounds more like its own thing. And when I do the single note lines, I'll do like bluesy or major, like A7 type riffs over the A7 and E7 type riffs over the E and D chords. I'm going to treat the E and D chords as one big thing, in case you're wondering what I'm doing harmonically. Like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we get to 3-to-2, it's half note triplets. Those were what we just did was 8th note triplets. Or, you know, I don't even prefer to call it that because some people don't read music. You just have to hear it as a sound. The first one, the 3-to-1 was taquita, 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 taquita. This one is taquita, 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 taquita. And you're going to make that into a new thing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But I prefer taka di mi taka di mi taka di mi ta. And not only that, like I was saying, you want to make the new thing sound like a thing and not just being something being superimposed over the old thing. So rather than just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, I'm gonna go, since I have time to do eighth notes, I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2. Or let's do 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, and 4. That's like a common guitar strum. So just to point out, like in the previous one, when we did 3 to 1, I took out a quarter note to make it sound like a thing. And since we're dealing with slower, like half as fast, then I have the luxury to put in eighth notes. So I'm adding eighth notes to this tempo to make it sound more musical. So in other words, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 becomes 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, and 4, 1. And so we'll try and do that like so. And because it's 3 to 2, I'm gonna do 2 bars of A and 3 bars of the modulated thing. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then if I was going to do lines on that, like single note lines, it might be something like this. 2, 3, 4. Now when we go to 3 to 4, it's half note triplets, or you have the, from the step before you have takida, 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 and then you just regroup them as taka, 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 and then da, 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 da. So that gets you 3 over 4, and then you have to make that into its own thing in groups of 4. So you have, again, let me walk you through it. It's takida, takida, and then you take every other one of that, like taka, 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 da, 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 and then you have to group them in 4, which would be like da, ga, di, mi, da, ga, di, mi, da, ga, di, mi, da. And I'm listening for cues against this because it's so slow and I need an anchor. There's cues you can listen to for all of these, but for this one, I think this one's harder than the others. So I listen for taka di mi. The fourth one will line up with the one, the original one. Fourth one of the new will line up with the original one. Then the third one and this of the new on the second time around will line up with the one, and then the second one. So it goes 4, 3, and 2. In other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, taka di mi, taka di mi, taka di mi, da. That little nod of my head. Let's do it again. Taka di mi, taka di mi, taka di mi, da. Now we have to go one step further and make that sound like a thing, that slow da, ka. And to me, that it's slow enough we could put 16th notes in there. So it might be like 1, 2, 3. First our triplets. 1, 2, 3, da, dee, da, da, dee, da. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then the rhythm 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So I'm gonna try that again. Might try a few times. Alright, so it took me a little while to settle into it, but that's what it would be like. And with single notes, this might sound like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I hope this helps, and I've been interviewing guitarists to, I'm trying to make a cumulative, a comprehensive course on rhythmic creativity, which not only includes things, more exotic things like metric modulation and groupings and odd meters and things, but it also deals with the essential stuff like having a good time feel and, you know, just rhythmic awareness in general. And so if you want a free gift, namely one of my mini courses, which is a $40 retail value, I will give you one for free if you do a short interview with me to hear, so I can hear what your struggles are with rhythms, or perhaps even what your breakthroughs have been, so that I could get a better sense of what to include in the course while I'm building it. So just contact me at the link below. I'd love to talk to you. It takes like 20 minutes or whatever. I'll just ask you a bunch of questions. You can tell me what you have found valuable in terms of educational resources for rhythm or not. And look forward to meeting you, and hope this helps, and we'll see you next time. We're going to do where the threes are in the denominator, like 1 to 3, 2 to 3, and 4 to 3.